Hello everyone, how's it going? Welcome to Super Bloody, and my screen share's not working. That's a great start to the stream, innit? Let's go have, let's go. It's more mysterious, isn't it? Let's go click on Super Bloody. There we go. I know how to do this whole streaming thing. I've been doing it for a while. Now, this stream, most of it will be without the face cam because I want to use some of this footage for like a trailer maybe at some point. I don't want my big old face in the corner. So I am I'm gonna remove it in a minute, but first and foremost, I'm going to talk about this game a little bit. Now, also first and foremost is I got to make my system audio a little less incredibly loud, and then make the game itself a little more loud. I'm doing this for one very particular reason, and that's that I am aware of a specific bug, and I don't want it to blow your eardrums out. It's fine. That's not a good way to start. I will say that, but it's a very small bug, so one of the things is not affected by the volume slider. But we'll get that fixed ASAP. Anyway, this is Super Buddy. This is originally a group project. If that makes any sense. Pretty much for our like course at my college, Digital Arts and Entertainment. That we pretty much all came together, and it's a long story. Pretty much it started out as a game jam, and then we continued on from there. It's been live in 60 seconds for like 5 minutes now. The stream is live. The stream is live. The stream be going. I'm on the page. It's right there. It's Anywho, I'm hoping there isn't some weird wine stuff going on, because I feel I might be. I haven't plugged in my controller yet. I'm so sorry. I am such a non-professional. I haven't plugged in my controller. So this game is definitely controller first. You can play it on keyboard. We've been doing a lot of testing on keyboard, but it perfectly works on controller, and I would recommend playing on controller myself. In terms of the actual gameplay, oh yeah, I was still talking about how the project came to be, right? So, started out as a game jam, made in, was it 2.5 days or something? The name of the game was definitely your idea. It actually wasn't, but I did have an influence. So that game jam took place, like, during that game jam was the Nintendo Switch 2 announcement, which you'll remember I reacted to in a bit of a hurry. And what the team did, because that was during the game jam, I went home to take a break. That break was me reacting to the Nintendo Direct. And they were watching it, and I think I mentioned Super Mario Maker or Super Mario Odyssey or something. And they were like, oh, whoops. They were like, what was it? Yeah, they were watching it, and they were like, Super Mario Maker, Super Bloody. And that's genuinely where the name came from. They also influenced you guys to keep the names. Yep. You have a Super Bloody Discord? Is it yours? So they're up there. That's a specific Discord for Super Bloody itself. It was made like a few days ago. I don't know how active on there I'll be. I was personally not expecting a specific Discord server for Super Bloody. We'll see if it really ends up being a big thing. Again, sorry for the flashing light on the face cam. It makes things a little bit a little bit weird. That's my laptop doing that. I might be able to just wait. What if I do this? No, that still does the exact same thing. Okay. Anyway, I should probably do this with my phone at some point. Doesn't particularly matter. But yeah, if you want, you can join. You can have a go at it. I do want to check for a minute, because I feel the wine is having a bit of a field day on this one, so we might have to do some technical difficulties before we actually start. But we'll see soon enough. I think the top of the screen might be missing. That's a wine thing. That's not a game bug. That's just a wine thing. I guess if you make a community out of it, it's worth having one, I guess. Yeah, no, like, I'm not against it. It's just, I feel that I'm already in so many Discord communities. I don't know how realistic it is for me to be active in there. So, yeah, sure, let's go have a go. Yeah, so you can see the resolution's it's a bit funky, innit? Let's go full screen off. Oh, I know what it is. There we go. Haha, I fixed it. Right, let's go back to the main menu and see. Yeah, that was a little visual thing with the side of a text being white, and I was like, where's this come from? It is a bug though. I do need to figure that out. But we fixed the issue with with what is that, with wine. That's fine. The more people you get now, the more people you can get interested in the future games you release. Yeah. Though to be fair, I feel that's I feel similarly about like the Sandal server, Discord server, and stuff like that. It's a very personal community, and I think there's definitely a space for that as well. But I don't want to get too game developer. Oh yeah, I was still telling the story of this game. Yes, so we did the Game Jam version. Sorry, I'm all over the place in this intro. A lot of stuff going on at once. Yeah, so that Game Jam, we actually won the community vote, and we were, I think, second or third in the jury vote. So pretty good, given there were like 20 games or something like that, 20-something games shown off. So I was, we were all very happy with that. If you look on my LinkedIn, you'll still see the picture of us with the trophy. The trophy also was there during the entire development on the final version, which was then later on. There's this course called Group Projects, which we then worked on the game there. So that was around 3 months of a full production. And then we got pretty much this at the end. And we did some more bug fixing since then, which was around January, I believe. And then since then we've been going at it, clearing out some bugs. But apparently we're not bugless yet. But we are in a pretty good state. I want to say we are in a very, very good state, generally speaking. All right. I am gonna turn off my webcam so I can steal some of this footage for my own gain in future. So bye bye. Wow, I'm still here, but I am now invisible. Oh. Is the game audio all right? I hope it is. I might turn it up just a little bit. The music is awesome. I really don't like this music. Needs to be fucking. This needs to have a separate release, genuinely. And so, oh yeah, in terms of the full team. Whoops, I have my Discord closed. In terms of the full team, I want to shout out our boy Yella, the programmer, first. Wonderful man, wonderful man. He has carried this project. And so I'm just gonna go over the order from the Discord. It's not that I don't remember their names; it's that I want to get their roles right. We had Joshua Muss, who was our composer. Beautiful music work. Beautiful music work. I'm genuinely so happy with like the soundscape of the game. I've heard from some of the sound students that like stuff is a little could be improved in terms of the sound effects themselves, but in terms of music, man, I could not be happier. We had myself and Sky, who were both kind of generalist profiles. We did game design. I did a bunch of everything, really. I mean, so did Sky, right? We all did a bunch of everything in the project. We had Effie, our like generalist 3D artist and like rigging artist. We also had Gabriella. I'm just going through everyone, but it's good that I do. Who was specifically character artist and concept artist. Both of them were actually 3D animation students, so that's with more of a focus towards like actual industry animation rather than game animation, which is quite interesting. But they chose to partake in the game jam and then game group projects, because there's also film group projects, but there's also game projects and film projects. Wild. And then we have Simon, our like environment artist, and you'll see a lot of his stuff around. He also did some of the sound, some of the particles and stuff like that. Outside of that, there's a few people in the special thanks. We'll go through the credits. We'll finish this game. This is a good show. Like, I have not played from start to absolute finish. I don't think ever. I have gotten pretty far, but not from start to finish. I'm really enjoying it. That's wonderful, Dylan. That's wonderful. I'm glad to hear that. We put a lot of time into it, so I'm very happy to hear that. Anyway, I'm gonna stop procrastinating now. I'm gonna actually start playing the game, because that's what you're here for at the end of the day. I'll do some developer commentary here and there where it's relevant, but I also won't go like, oh, I made that, I did that thing. In terms of like loading, yeah, there's a loading and saving system. A lot of the stuff that our programmer did is like, yeah, the game has this, and it's you know, on a surface level very boring, but a save system is such hell. I'm really dying, Vanix. You'll get better at it over time. Do not worry. I am way too good at this game now because I've played it way too much. So this is the tutorial area. This one pretty much hasn't changed since the start, and there is, you can kind of tell it's pretty basic. I made that gestures at everything. No, in this scene I made the stuff at the bottom that says how you can jump and dash, and some of the particle effects on the screen, but also not even all of them. Yeah, it's just a very basic thing. It shows, oh wow, you can move, and you can move around, and you can do stuff, and you can jump, and oh wow, and you can dash. And here's here's our environment artist showing off with like an effect that's completely superfluous. It's so funny. At long last, I am where I belong. Undisturbed. I don't know what voice to give Xylo. I never had a voice for this guy in my mind. I usually, for streams, I do... Well, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out what voice he had. Originally, I wanted to do voice acting, but there simply just wasn't time. Let us melt into my throne. Fun fact about this throne cutscene, by the way, the direction of the camera is actually dependent on where you jump into the throne from. So you can actually see a different... Like, you can see the entire route behind it. What is this? What is happening? There he goes. Poor lad. Didn't stand a chance. Oh, great lady! Bring us your flavors, Mother Soup! What did you vegetables do? We summoned the wrong thing! Flee before we're harvested! You overcooked your fate, little sprouts. I don't know why I'm giving them all a funny accent, but yes. So here we see the first incarnation of, I think, the thing I'm most proud of in the game, which is the blood splat map. So as you can see, like, you can hit an enemy, and blood will, you know, how do you say it? But blood will, sorry, Jesus Christ. Their blood will come out as particles, and when those particles land, they will affect the floor. And this is a texture on the floor that's then also affected by another shader. And that texture is being changed by a a compute shader. So pretty much it's a bit of like normal-ish code, like logic, that's running on your graphics card, on your GPU. And it's a lot more performant than directly trying to change a texture on your CPU, just because this is being done, you know, when the blood lands, it's like, you know, a good 20 times in maybe sometimes even one frame. You need that to be pretty performant. And then that texture is then used as an input for a standard-ass shader that will make it look nice and everything, and actually make it red and stuff like that. I think the hardest part was the communication between, hey, the particle lands here, and there needs to be blood on the floor here, because you need to take a position value in the world and then transform it into this map that can be projected in any way onto the floor. So it's quite a hassle, but it is a very satisfying system in the end. This is kind of the USP that this game kind of lives on. Well, not necessarily just that. Also, just, you know, you can only move around in that blood. You can, you know, you can kind of move here, but yeah, generally you're moving around mostly in the blood. This is where you replenish as well. So if I'm here, for example, my blood does not replenish anymore, so I can only use my ranged attack a few times or dash a few times. And yeah. So I just did the tutorial 2, where the enemies all... Sorry, I'm presenting this like the way I would at DAs. Like, oh, I did this thing, and then there's this thing. It's like, I think what you kind of just want me to do is enjoy the game, but I don't know if I can do that in the same way you do. Yeah, so I just did the second tutorial area, I guess. Send me how to make the blood shader thing. I'm jealous. You are not the first person to have asked that, and I also have promised someone else I'd send it, and I still haven't. I will. It's quite technically complex. Well, to be fair, it's easy to wrap your head around when I explain it, right? But it's also, there's a lot of, you know, you need to know how to write a compute shader, which is easier said than done. But right, let's go out of the tutorial, and here we have my boy. Hello there, traveler. You don't seem like you are from around here. What is this place? Ah, good question. Let us stew on that for a moment. What? Never mind that now. If you want to get home, you should try jumping in this wee cauldron. Appreciate it, kind stranger. And who am I speaking to? I love how Xylo's voice keeps changing.
Call me the cook. Meet me in the kitchen if hunger strikes. Or curiosity. Either works.
Thank you, Mr. the Cook. Fun fact, I don't actually know if this is mentioned anywhere in-game, but this guy's actual name is Rathu. Rat, short for Rathu, because he's a skeleton rat, you know? I need to explain all the jokes here. This is the opportunity I get to talk to you about some of the lore that isn't even in the actual game.
Ah, Xylo, back for more. I've been simmering with excitement.
Wonderful, and he will give you. He'll sell you upgrades. These are called dishes. These are your permanent upgrades, and they're just stat boosts. And there's both ones for your melee and for your ranged. At the moment, I don't have enough to buy any of these. Now, you might be confused by this menu, and a lot of people are. This menu probably could have seen some UX improvements, if I'm gonna be very honest. So each upgrade is one line of upgrades, and then each of those has two options. So you can level up, and then if you want, you can change to a different option. So for example, you can have level 4 base attack damage, but if you're like, oh, I want to switch up my upgrades right now, I go for level 4 attack cooldown. So you keep your levels, but you switch the stat that it affects between these two, and the same for all of these. And they have some fun text. I wrote all of the text. I wrote a lot of the stuff that people don't read. But yeah, also some destructibles. I believe that was mostly our artist, our environment artist, Simon. We have some little guys that you can bash their heads in, Yeah, this is also a bit of a foreshadowing. We're gonna get there soon enough. What else we got? Surprisingly, not a lot of people actually jump into that first quadrant. Okay, bad first example. Bad first example. But these are your spices. So at the end of every room, you get between 1 and 3 of these. It depends on how difficult the room was. And they are completely random. You can have up to 4 of them, and you can either equip them or sacrifice them. And it says here as well, regain health. This is something that people generally don't do that much. I personally don't either. Out of these two, I think the meta might be replenishing cinnamon, though I tried to make these as close together as possible. They're both pretty good, because these are the two only ones that heal you. There are other ways to get health back, but these are by far the easiest, and we'll definitely be needing it. For example, if you look on the right, on the second layer down there, that is a free blood room. And stuff like what the icons mean, you'll figure out pretty naturally. In terms of what the spices do, it is in the description and everything, right? So right now, I think it makes the most sense for me to go to the rightmost room, because that means that I could do, I could get a some free health. But will I need free health? Or might it be best if I do a second combat room in the middle there, and then get the puzzle room at the bottom? Because the puzzles are quite interesting. I'm probably going to go for that, just to showcase you the puzzles. So let's, yeah, there we go. First room. And this is the combat, right? It's the same combat, but they actually fight back now. And you can get more chunks from these guys, I believe, than the other ones. They're also pretty goddamn strong, especially the corn. The corn is... Man, the corn is overpowered. But that's the fun of it, you gotta get these guys first. Also, enemies can hit each other, so that is also a strategy, especially with the P enemies, which are called the Peelies. I'm not joking. The corns are called the Cornies. Let's get this Peelies guy as well. These guys can do a lot of damage if you stand still, but generally, because they're also stationary, they're not a giant risk. I'm hoping the volume is okay. I think so, though. I want to showcase, the sounds and everything well. There we go. Why? I realize I haven't actually tested the audio on stream. I'm guessing everything is fine, right? People have been responding to what I've said. And again, sorry for no face cam, but I want to showcase the game, I guess, more so than my reaction of it. Yeah, and again, I'm gonna probably put this in a trailer somewhere. Yeah, so here I can choose, do I want to do a standard room or do a free blood room? Now, I think my health is fine, so I'm going to do one of these, and then I can do the puzzle below it. That's fine. Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. You're doing so much better than I am. I made it to the first room. To be fair, I also have played this game for... On Steam alone, I've played this game for, what is it, 27 hours or something? That's just the Steam version. Now, given that's also when I'm working on it in Unity, just connected to the Steam SDK, it will say that I'm playing the game for a specific amount of time. Which is actually quite funny to me, that the SDK works like that. I mean, I'm not complaining necessarily. It bumps up our average playtime. But yeah, and that is just from the Steam release, which was more recently. Actually, I didn't finish my little group project story, did I? So after group projects in January, we were chosen as one of the 3 best non-client game projects there. So some people were doing client projects, and we were doing our own project that we pitched ourselves. This game won kind of the top 3. And therefore got chosen to be published by the school, which does mean we don't have to pay the Steam fee, but also it means we can't charge for it. So you win some, you lose some. This game has the possibility to be a game that you could charge for, but I don't know. In my opinion, it doesn't have enough content in the state that it is right now. A lot of it is maybe even a little padded by difficulty. Like I can, as I said, like I can actually, did I say that? I don't know. I can get into my gripes or, you know, design-wise issues with the game, but also for a lot of people, if you don't mention it, it's fine, right? Like unless you're doing a deep dive, like post-mortem of the game. Could you have refused the offer? Yes, we very well could have, in which case we would have been able to launch it on our own. But personally, I don't know if I even would have. It wouldn't have been particularly expensive for all of us. I mean, we're a team of, 6, if you include the composer, 7 people. We would easily be able to fund a Steam release. It's what, 100 euro, I think, or $100, which is roughly 100 euro. And I don't know, because that would have been the same amount of work. To be fair, would have gotten us some money, but also, would it have gotten us that much? I don't know. Early on, stuff, smaller projects like this are good portfolio pieces. They're something that you can show a publisher and go, hey, we are able to finish and release a game on a platform. A first game is rarely ever going to perform well. And this also isn't a game from a company that is realistically going to continue making games with the same team. It's very likely that we're going to go our own separate ways. And that's totally fine as well. It's still a great portfolio piece. It's still awesome. I am just looking on the Discord and finding that someone found a game-breaking bug, or rather someone, our composer, found a game-breaking bug in the chunk bag scene. So I'm going to oh no, the chunk we'd have to skip out on the puzzle to find out where that happens. Jump to the back and attack once. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna showcase the game a little bit first. We're not gonna go into bug fixing mode, okay? We're not gonna go fixing bugs right now. That's going to be for later on, possibly tomorrow. But yeah, so this is the minigame, and the minigame has some vibe differences with the rest of the game. But here you can see, that guy looks an awful lot like the cook, doesn't he? Doesn't he? This is the clown.
Come on, let's play a game! Or don't. I do love surprises.
So here you can wager. You can wager a spice, any one of the ones that you have, and this will upgrade it. Which isn't particularly clear from this menu, but that was also something in our notes that we didn't end up working. It's fine. It's fine, right? I can keep nitpicking. I can keep being pedantic about stuff. You'll figure out what this does eventually, anyway. So in terms of stuff that I'd want at this point, I think the most useful for me would be either health, or if I get to the boss fight, the onion one. Though this isn't a ranged one, and generally for the boss fight, you want to build your ranged attacks more. Laughed. I would have laughed if my game started updating whilst playing it. That was almost what we had. The final build, we published that one to Unity, to Steam, about 15 minutes before launch. Now, given the launch was delayed because we weren't able to actually click the button, our supervisor had to do that. So like everyone's just scrambling to email him, to phone him, like, be able to please push the button for us to upload it. So I think what I'm gonna go for out of this group. Now, the thing is, this middle one is also pretty good. This is like electricity, getting enemies close by. But for the boss fight, I generally like to prepare either for the boss fight or get enough health that I can survive the boss fight. So I think I'm going to go for the cinnamon. Now, if you lose, you do lose this spice, but otherwise you do get a very, very nice bonus on it.
Step right up, Xylo. The stage is yours. Can you keep up? Ready for the spices wrong? Watch my buttons, and do exactly what they show. Don't blink, don't sneeze, and don't you dare hit the wrong one. It hates that.
Okay, so it will show you. You need to look down, right, down, right. Okay, that one's pretty easy. So, it's literally just Simon Says. And we had some more minigames in mind, but this one's already so jank in terms of the code that, yeah, no.
Congratulations! You win $1 million! And by that, I mean winning your spice back, but stronger than ever!
For that scene specifically, I don't know if people generally can tell. The rest of the dialogue was written by, I believe it was our rigging artist, Effie. I'm pretty sure. And then the last bit was written by me. I don't know if that's easy to tell from the dialogue itself, but I can very much tell. So yes, we can imagine sacrificing this one. That would be a power play. So yeah, as you can see, now it's level 4, which means it is a lot better. Now here you can see there's 3 swords and there's 2 swords. What you'll come to figure out soon enough is 2 swords is a medium difficulty room, and then 3 swords is a hard difficulty room. Let's go for the medium one. You know, might as well give myself the best chances I can. And then now, every time I kill an enemy, I replenish like a whole 2% of my HP or something. Yeah, it's not, all too much, but to be fair, you're also killing a lot of enemies in this game. And this is already a pretty overpowered power-up. So especially at level 4, it's pretty good. And the music. There's one specific track that only plays for like, I don't know, 10 seconds, which is probably my favorite in the soundtrack, and it was almost not in the game. It was actually not in the previous, well, not the 10.0 build. Yeah, there's a bunch of numbering weirdness, funkiness going on, but the 9.0 build from a few weeks ago actually didn't have that song in it. And I'm very happy that it's in there. I'll show it if I get that. Jesus Christ! Jesus! My God! So that's another thing that people kind of can get a bit frustrated on the controls early on. And that is a fair thing to be frustrated on, because if you look at the VFX, right, it looks like I hit him. This is, I think, the biggest, not user experience, but like game design user experience sort of issue with the game, is attack width. This is one of the things that you can upgrade, but it does not have a visual in your VFX for hitting. So these are the VFX, which I did. They do increase in size based on your range, but not your width. So that's kind of a bit of an issue for a lot of people. Is like, it looks like I hit this guy, but I didn't. and I know that I have to face the enemy very, very directly. For a lot of people, that's not super obvious, and that comes back to kind of, I feel the upgrade menu in general should have either been cut or upgrade the spices instead, because these are a lot more interesting than, oh, I have a wider or faster attack now. That is, I think, on a game design level, my biggest frustration, but it is one that is purely retroactive. I was on board with this upgrade system until, recently, when this started to be more of an obvious problem, which is a shame. That's kind of the thing where, like, something like that, you can really only fix in a sequel or a complete rework of the game, right? Like, so much of the game is built with that upgrade system the way it is in mind, but you can't really, quickly go and change that. Which, again, is a shame, but it's also, a learning experience, right? It's a first project. Part of the reason that I'm comfortable not charging for it is because this is a learning experience for us. Partly even to marketing, where I tried and largely failed because I've been too busy with my internship to do marketing for this game. I still want to try doing some post-release marketing a little bit here and there. That marketing was mostly limited to Instagram posts, though. Those did decently well. But in terms of, like, for a game that I would want to, like, properly market in future, I would want to do a lot of, like, short form videos on, like, how do we do this element or this element, Oh god. The one thing that annoyed me during my testing sessions is that it's really difficult to aim the ranged attack. Yes, so there's two reasons for that. One of them is that the auto-aim is very unforgiving, and I actually made it worse at one point. I know that I changed it. At one point, for some reason, I felt that it was too easy. I think it was because of a different bug that made the auto-aim go to, like, a bunch of, like, these items next to the ground. Like, the auto aim would target them before enemies sometimes, but that's no longer a problem. So the auto aim is very unforgiving, and also it takes the position of the enemy when the bullet launches, not, like, in front of it or anything, which ends up being a pretty big problem for anything that's moving. And that's, again, like, not necessarily a bug, but just a gameplay user experience thing. And it's something that you just, you learn from and you change the other time. So here what's interesting is I can choose to do the easier room first and then the harder room after, or the harder room first and the easier room. But I'm going to do the easy room first. Let me have some fellers. And a lot of the gameplay of like the game loop is getting better at this, direct combat, right? Learning how to work with the limitations that not only you set yourself based on your upgrades, but also early on you just kind of have to live with because you don't have upgrades. And also a lot of it early on is learning, right? Learning what all of the upgrades do. Oh, sorry, the spices do. Learning. Well, okay. To be fair, it also tells you what they do, but learning exactly how that works and everything, right? I don't think a lot of people are going to read the descriptions particularly carefully, but we'll see. I mean, a lot of it depends on what people end up choosing to do with the game, right? I'd be very interested to see stuff like speedruns. I'd also be very interested to see how people can break the game. Because apparently there's already known bugs that we didn't know about before launch. Yeah, there's also a few smaller things. What was the one that I wrote down, which was like kind of the biggest one that we still had? I genuinely forgot. Hi, I'm Sandal. I'm 20 and I suffer from short-term memory loss. I have dementia. Yeah, a lot of it, in terms of polish, it's there, but in terms of like that, what we refer to as juice in the independent game production world, we refer to it as juice. a lot of that isn't fully there. A lot of sound effects are still quite basic. And again, you know, that's the thing, is like, if you leave me alone with this game for too long, I will start shitting on it. And I feel so bad for it at the end of the day, because this is our first thing on Steam. At the end of the day, like, I can say that, hey, my name is on this thing that's on Steam. Which, you know, sorry, I was just thinking for a second. I was like, yeah, that is a thing, isn't it? And just being able to say that, like, hey, to get to my name on Steam, you just look up Super Bloody on Steam. It's kind of wild. I am surprised that there are other games that have the super pun in it. There's a spin-off of 60 Seconds. This was a thing back in like 2016 or something. Receding hairline. Come on, man. Come on. See, this is why I don't have face cam on. Chat is ruthless today. To be fair, when is chat not ruthless? Yeah. Generally, like, I should and am also very happy with the end state of the game. A lot of it is very much there. A lot of that core, you know, the 30 seconds of fun is there. And there's also a lot of progression stuff. Like, that's the thing, is like, now, knowing what I do now, what a production would look like is very different. And that is very good. That means this game and, you know, group projects as a course has done its job. You know, a production for me now would be the first 2 months. Okay, given if it's a 3-month production, probably not, but in a, say, 6 months production, 6-month production, right? The first 2 months, you just spend on that 30 seconds of fun. The character control, the enemies, the way they attack, like, the everything like that. You give all of that enough time. Because I think that is what we did wrong with this game, is not giving every element enough time. That was something where in my personal projects before DAE, specifically I'm talking about Bobby Boomerang here, you know, that game isn't done, but to be very clear, if Crimson comes in, to be very clear, that game is not done. But that project, everything got a lot of time, because for me it was, you know, I was building this prototype for months and months and months. Everything was able to have a lot of time, nice animations, nice stuff. That game evolved very naturally, whereas this game was very forced, like this, and this. And what do we need to cut? We need to cut the first thing that we can. And it's like, you know, a lot of stuff. We originally wanted to have, you know, 4 layers. We have 2, and the second one was pretty rushed at the end. I blame one of our supervisors who said we could do it. He was right, but still, fuck that guy. Oh, god damn it. Which one do we get here? I probably should go for... I'm not going to get the pepper. The electrifying pepper, because that one isn't particularly useful in the boss. There we go. So let's go for... This is the first boss. And this is one of the things that saw a big upgrade from the original version from group projects. This room was pretty much completely redesigned. And here he is. Oh, sorry, here she is. It's Susan. Xylo, so resilient. I always knew you could beat the odds. How does a bowl know the name of a demon? I know every soul in this pot. And you, Xylo, I care it deeply for you. Oh, I am so screwed, aren't I? Oh, the bouncing bell pepper was not the right thing to invest in. Oh, no. No, the range is so low. No, my god. Oh, fuck. Wait, let's do a jumping competition. Jesus Christ. I'm not surviving, am I? Oh no. The range on it is so low. Why isn't it done? What do you mean? Like the 4 layers that we wanted? Like that, as I said, there's a lot of stuff that we still wanted to do. But yeah, in terms of like, is the game done? Yes. Yes. If you run into any bugs, we'll happily fix those, or, well, if we can. You know, we're all pretty busy, and some of us, I mean, most of us, are kind of fed up with this project. Which is a worrying thing to say about a project that you've been working on for, you know, around half a year. Think of, you know, a 5-year production. It's like, do you have the patience for that at the end of the day? Oh, no. Oh, okay. I made it to phase 2. Why, it tried to hurt me, Xylo. You know you can't stop something that never stops simmering. I need to get home somehow. Don't try to stand in my way. I love how his voice actually genuinely changes every single time he talks. Very well, but I intend to stir things up. You don't carrot. You've got nothing but broth and spite. Some of these lines is the first time that I'm reading them because I always just skip through it. Oh, it's such a problem. Does the boss actually give you health when it dies? I don't think so. I don't think the boss actually gives you the... I mean, it doesn't matter, right? There's nothing after the boss that can kill you. Am I gonna survive? I mean, like, I can kind of... I'm pretty good at avoiding the attacks. Man, this does not do a lot of damage. Oh, there we go. That goes a lot faster, doesn't it? Ooh! It's also a lot riskier. But there is an ending. There is an ending. So speedruns can be done. Swear to God. There we go. Oh my God, yes. First try on the boss. That is actually pretty good. My flavor's fading, and you suddenly fucking King Julian. My flavor's fading, and you kill me. Oh my God. I really need to get back into voice acting because, by God, it needs to be. I need to get my my act together. This isn't like the Stardew Valley stream. Yeah. So now went into that cauldron, and now I'm in layer 2. So I notice things look a little bit different, and we have some different enemies on the left here. And we also still have we still have the cook.
You're looking super today. Ready for something tasty?
So let's do... What do I want? Okay, let's first set myself to the upgrades that I usually do, which is right on all of them except for damage on ranged. I think I'm gonna go... Can I buy this? Yes, I can get burst shot. This is... I'm gonna give a bit of a hint here. This is a very good upgrade to get if you can buy it. It's more expensive than the rest, but it's also very good. It doubles your damage, especially on burst shot. Multi-shot is pretty decent, but burst shot really is the best. Yeah, look, you just get 2, and they both do the same amount of damage still. It's very good. It's really worth it. Right, so let's do... Should I maybe try... Because I've never fully gone into the tomato sauce route. Well, like, I think for the boss, that might actually be useful. So what tomato sauce does is it will spread blood below your bullet. I think we know which one I'm going to choose here, the right one. So in layer 2, stuff starts getting a lot more difficult. Like, you know, if you can handle Susan, you can handle these. So this is the protein layer. Originally it was 4 layers, and of course it's the under lasagna, based on all foods. Originally it was just vegetables in the Game Jam version, of course, but that increased to other foods. The boss of this layer in the earliest iteration was supposed to be a Franchesina, if I'm saying that correctly, which, like, is like a lasagna, kinda, I think? Sort of? And would have made for a pretty cool boss, but, you know, we never ended up actually making it to that point. So the final boss is in this layer. So I think originally it was 4 layers, and you'd have, like, after protein would be carbs, I think, which would have been... What would that have been? Oh, no, I think this got, these, like, enemies from these 2 layers kind of got merged, right? So we have the sausages and stuff from the protein layer, but we also have... Oh, no. I genuinely forgot what was the enemy, what the enemy types were going to be for layer 3. Oh, yeah, you can see them. Look at that. Like, tomato sauce is pretty good. Because you can just directly increase your movement. There we go. Alrighty, right. We're actually going pretty fast through all this. Not even an hour in, and we're Now, to be fair, I think layer 2 is gonna take a lot more time than layer 1 is. The pellets, yeah, that seems like a good choice. I'm gonna go... So this one is a free spice, which probably I would usually get this one. But this one's free chunks. And apparently... This is probably in layer 1, though. But apparently it's possible to clip into the floor here? Okay, I wasn't able to do it. There you go, got around 90 chunks there. Now I am pretty locked into the right side from this one. That's why I, like, generally I probably wouldn't have picked that one unless I was trying to check out that bug. Oh god. Yeah, so you have the eggs in here as well, who have their own little exploding yolks. Like, to be fair, given how, like, we were pretty set on just having 1 layer, and given how short the time was, it was, you know, this layer's base content was implemented in pretty much a week. That includes all the enemies, all the animations, all the level, like all of the art and stuff. Now the level layouts are copies of the layer 1 ones. They are, like, changed as much as we could. So some of them are pretty unrecognizable, but some of them are also pretty similar. I need to get a melee, like, speed upgrade. Stat! Maybe even width as well, actually. Now, to be fair, I'm getting... Also, those enemies are fucking useless, and they're so funny. Actually, have we seen a cheese yet? Have we seen a cheese wheel? I'm actually not sure. Because that's my favorite enemy in the game. It is the jankiest enemy, and I wouldn't change it for the life of me. I would not change that enemy. Because, like, he just gets stuck on shit, and will just keep rolling forever, and it's hilarious. Okay, now this is also a little bit of an annoying thing, is you can get the same room twice in a row. We have 9 base combat rooms per layer, but you can, if you are doing a lot of the same difficulty ones, you can get the same one. So this is the same one as we got as the very first room. But I want to see if we can get a cheese. A lot of sausages, which I'm happy about because these are less powerful than the hams, which are called hamlets. Yeah, they all have names. So these are the sausage. I talked about the corny, right? We also have the crusty, which was the guy that crushes you, the bell pepper. This one, the egg one, I actually genuinely forgot what this... Oh, Egbert. Yeah, this one's of course called Egbert, in reference to the classic Sandal channel character, Egbert, which may be making a return soon, by the way. I do very much want to play Tomodachi Life, what was it, Paradise? Tomodachi Life something? That game looks awesome, and I genuinely, like, I so want to bring back all of the old characters. Like, Egbert needs a return. He needs to be back. I'll probably do multiple streams on that game as well. I'm very excited. I need to get my my dock and my capture card ready, I think. I'm gonna go back to doing Switch game streams. That's kind of wild. I haven't done one of those in ages. Still no cheese. Still no cheese, which is incredibly surprising. Okay, we have another puzzle room. Of these ones? Now, should I do the ranged one, this one? Because this one's going to be super... I think that's going to be worth it. It is only going up for 2 levels. Oh, actually, I think his first dialogue might be random, to be fair. All right. Left, 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 up. Okay, that was... left, 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 up. There we go. Congratulations, you win $1 million. But that I mean winning your spice back stronger than ever. Yes, I'm not going to reread the same dialogue. Though, to be fair, I think the first dialogue was different. Yeah, so this is now a level 4, which is going to be huge for us. At least if I can make it to the boss, which I probably will need a cinnamon first. Either of the types. Oh! No! No! My god. Alright. It's kind of interesting, though, with the multi-shot, that the meta kind of progresses from, you know, use your melee at first to once you get a little bit later in, when you can get these upgrades, the double doink and the triple doink, aka burst shot, you start to use your ranged more because it is, like, more powerful. Oh god, that is enemy central right there. That is... And I think these guys stay on fire for, like, forever. Also, the double shots help against ranged enemies. Because, you know, your bullet will break when it hits theirs. But you have 2 bullets. So... It's not... Oh! Piss. There we go. Jesus. Okay, okay. Oh, God. And one thing that has helped this game a lot, especially the earlier ones, was playtesting. It's a cheat! It's a cheat! He just keeps going. Oh, I love him. Oh, that cheese is my spirit animal. There he is. He's on fire. He's so incompetent. I love him. I love this man. Oh my god, who do we still have? Oh, it's you, of course. All right, all right. I want to quickly check what the ping in here was. Oh, it was Max saying you may not like it, but it's needed. Yeah, in terms of VSync, I'm personally vehemently against it. I remember earlier in production it was like, do you want a setting for VSync? And I was like, no. Because unless, like, even on the Steam Deck, there's not much tearing, if any, even. And I think allow tearing is on, because that's a setting, right? If I'm remembering correctly. So... In my opinion, it's not a necessity, though if you're maybe running the game at 30 FPS, possibly. I don't know. In terms of low performance hardware, we have tested some, but it's mostly been limited to the Steam Deck. My old ThinkPad isn't able to play the game because of OpenGL, like... Theoretically, on Windows, it probably could, but it's running DXVK, so like it's not supported. Vulkan is not supported by the integrated graphics on that system, so I was not able to test it there. But if I had to guess, it's decent. At the native resolution of that panel is like 768, I think, something by 768. and probably it would run at around 30 FPS, given I know the performance on my PC and I know the performance on the Steam Deck. It's definitely not perfectly optimized, but it's also... it's decently optimized, yeah. 50 FPS on Steam Deck, so it should be good enough for now. Yep, in chat, that's our programmer, the absolute goat of the project. Continued to work incredibly hard during his internship. My man really deserves the medal. Like, he should genuinely be first on the credits, I feel. He actually is on the Steam page. You are the first person on the Steam page. I think that's because it's, what do you call it, alphabetical. Actually, no, wait, your first name starts with J. I'm... Hello. I actually don't know what the order was. It was probably just some order that they used. Because there is a specific order in the Steamworks thing, but we didn't set it. It was our school that set it, the order. And I was like, I'm not going to mess with that. I'm not going to cause a war over whose name is first. Oh god. I actually have a pretty decent chance of at least reaching the boss. I don't know if I'm gonna survive though. Oh god. Please, my brother in Christ, please die. Thank you. Okay, I do have a lot of chunks though. I could definitely get some level 1 upgrades. Should have put mine first, honestly. You tested the game like twice. Blanching sediment. Wait, what's the next room though? Okay, I do think it's worth it either way. Okay, we do have some more rooms. Should I go for the more difficult ones? To be honest, I don't care much about that. Fair enough, fair enough. As long... Like, I'm just happy my name is on there at all, to be frank with you. This one does have more enemies, but those enemies could kill me. It's a cheese! Let's go! My boy is... They also have so little health. They are genuinely incompetent. It's so funny. Oh. Okay, I need to be very careful, because any enemy that I kill now is of great help to my chances of surviving the boss. Can this milk please fuck off? He's just hitting his teammates. Please. That's just... Where did the milk go? I actually genuinely forgot what the milk enemy name was. Yes, for 2 hours in total. That's about as long as you spent on the whiteboard every day. It's true. Actually, what are the different levels for the tomato sauce, actually? I genuinely don't know. Left to get dad at the store. Man, the double shot is so useful for these guys. I think genuinely, if it wasn't for that, I probably would have died already. Actually, I very likely would have died already. Burn! Burn! Yes, there we go. My roommates must think I... Well, not roommates. My dorm mates must think I am insane. And they might be right. After making this. Or after working on this. Yeah, it was something I specifically wanted in the title. It's like, I didn't make this. I worked on this. Like, in terms of what I made, not that much of it is on screen. Like, a lot of the stuff is like this outline, this cutout, that was me. The levels themselves, but not the assets for them. So it's like, yeah. What I did mostly isn't pretty sure they already thought of that. I forgot. I don't know what that is in response to. Okay, let's get another red hot chili pepper. So I think at the same place I was in terms of health before. Oh, that is... Wait, really? This one doesn't have the cutout? Okay, that one needs to go on the bug tracker. That one needs to go on the bug tracker. Holy shit. That rock is not cut out, so you don't know where Xylo is behind that rock. That's what it means. Like, layer 2 generally has not been tested as well, just because it was implemented so much later. Oh, that was not good. Given how little I heal, I really need all I can get. You really don't heal a lot, do you? Maybe replenishing cinnamon isn't as good as I think anymore, because like back when I first started using it, it was still like really, really good. Oh, they have 2 bullets of their own. God damn it. Yeah, okay, you do heal. I just saw it go up, but by God. Oh, that is... No! You little... They shoot faster than I do. Bullet hell, Toho mode engaged. Oh my God, thank God. Okay. That boss is not going to be easy. If I'd have gotten cinnamon earlier, I think it would have been... Because, like, everything else I'm pretty good on. Like, both melee and ranged, I have the fire ones, which are probably the best for the bosses. They're not super great for, like... what do you call it? Like, group management? Group management? You know what I mean? There's a term I'm trying to say, but I forgot what it is. Yeah, for like if you're fighting enemies. Oh, we do have cinnamon, but I don't. It's not useful anymore. I'm gonna get this because the next one's the boss room. Okay, I am a little surprised, but I made it this far, this early on. So yeah, we'll see how well the boss goes. I'm guessing not particularly well. But yeah. This is our man.
Crust, you made it this far. Let us fight. Let's go, you sourdough.
There he comes.
I'll rise again, but for now, can you handle what's to come?
I've been waiting so long to be able to do that.
Prepare yourself, Silo. This pot is your grave. I'm going to beat you up.
There we go. And now we have the means to deal with him. We have the high level fire power-ups. Like, I prepared well for this boss fight. Oh! Please, I'm scared. I tested this boss earlier today. Oh my God. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I am just so not surviving this. I am hitting through pretty well. I am going to stay ranged. Okay. Phase 1.
Time to turn you into a smoothie. No chunks left.
Leave me alone. I've got a home to get back to. I love how Xylo's turning into an action movie protagonist. He's been everything. Oh no! That was me, by the way, not the game. Oh, that combo really gets me. I am one hit. One hit away from death. Okay, phase 3. Allow to choke you. Oh, please. I fought leftovers scarier than you. Okay. This is something. This attack. Fuck. No! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, oh fuck! He did the double doink. Oh my god! Holy shit! Whew! Okay, at least I have a lot of chunks now. Oh my god. Okay. I should invest in ranged. I think can I? No, okay, I can't get a third one. It's probably for the best. I think base attack damage is probably what I want to get here. So I think I can get 2 of these. Yes, 2 of these, and I can also now get, I think I'm going to go for width level 2. For melee, so I'll at least have slightly better width. We have, oh my god, we have replenishing cinnamon right off the bat. This is a golden run. This is a golden run, and also immediately we have a thing, 3 chunks and a puzzle room. Immediately gets hit. God. Oh my god. There's so many of them. All just waltzing around. I think in this one, the milk is, like, by far the scariest. Just because, like, he shoots so quickly. Like, I have double doink, right? And, like, I still have to kind of duke him to be able to hit him properly. I genuinely don't remember what the milk one was called. What the milk enemy was called. I genuinely do not remember. Okay. Jesus. Oh! I almost just... I mean, I would be going to get an achievement, I think, because there are actually a lot of achievements. Can I? Why does pressing the Xbox key open the remote desktop function? Okay, so I don't... Let me see if I can... Yeah, I don't know if this shows up on stream, but I opened the Steam overlay. Yes, it does, actually. What we have is I'm going to have a look. There's actually a bunch of achievements in the game. I have a lot of them, actually. Can I? So there's killing the big soup, which I did before launch as a professional. Unlock all the spices, which I did by cheating. Getting chunks. That one I think I did genuinely. Culinary completionist, maxing out the level for all your dishes. Again, that was very much me cheating on the save file. Fast food. Finish an entire layer in under 5 minutes. Apparently I did that one. I did not realize. Not even a nibble. Complete an entire layer without getting hit. That one, I did that while testing something. That was, to be fair, that was me changing the length of the layer to be only 2 rooms. But that was me doing the boss fight without getting hit, which is pretty good. First meal, that one makes sense, 20 carottons. Complete a layer without taking or sacrificing spices, which is really a really interesting one, because you can literally just skip out on the spices. You literally can. Then we have Yeehaw, use the minecart, which I actually haven't showed that one yet. And actually also don't have the achievement yet. And then we have brick mode, which is clear a combat room without jumping, which is a really weird challenge, but it's actually quite fun. So yeah, we got some free chunks here. Wait, can I recreate the bug where you go into the floor? Because apparently this is where our composer managed to clip through the ground, but how? You just jump into the bag How? Genuinely, I don't know how. This is what playtesting is like, ladies and gentlemen. You just spend 20 minutes just jumping into a bag. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it. There we go. Got some chunkaroonies. Let's also do the ooh. This one's better actually. If I don't get the puzzle room, I could upgrade. No, because my spice is already level 2, and I could get it to level 4 maybe. Would getting a better, well, that gives me another spice. Well, it gives me more than that. But it also heals me. Yeah, I'm gonna do this one just because it heals me at the end. Oh, it's this room again. I don't know how we missed that one. Oh, this one's also pretty goddamn crowded, hey? It also doesn't help that I don't have any goddamn spices. I probably shouldn't have gone for the free chunks. I mean, it'll help me long term, but the good thing about the milk, though, is you can kind of chase them. Like, if they're close to you, they won't attack you as much. They'll try and run away from you first. I don't know where I am. Why does this rock not have the material? That's completely my fault, though. Come on. I love how at some point I kind of stopped talking about the game design and just started playing the game, and like I'm actually having fun. To be fair, I know very well what the game is like, you know, about. It's supposed to play like. Also, I lost so much health in that room. Not normal. To be fair, I'm gonna replenish a lot of it in the free health room. There's still one alive? Oh. It's the boy. Oh, we have another ping on the Sandal server. Let's go have a look at what it is. Where is it? Oh, is it still just the same Mac one? Yeah, I think it is. Whoa. What do I get of this? I might just sacrifice one? Do I want onion fumes? Because that's, I think, the best one that I can get right now for the boss. But that's a melee one. Maybe tomatoes? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna do tomato sauce, yeah. Oh, I changed my accent the way I said that, like halfway through. Chili pepper pellets, absolutely. Not even a debate for me. And then free health. To top it all off. We got some free health. There we go. Fully healed back up. Now that is good. Imagine getting one of these before the boss room. Okay. I actually can't see how many people are watching right now. But for anyone who is, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. And, you know, if you want, you can go and play the game. It's completely free. I keep forgetting to mention that. It is completely free. We're not allowed to charge for it. So if you want to have a go at it, give some feedback. I'll be happy to hear it. Oh, these guys hit like a truck. They're pretty easy to avoid, but they hit like a truck. And there's so many of them. There we go. Actually, not free, it's £45. Imagine, I would not charge £45 for this. I think if I were to freely be able to charge for it, I think I would say for this version, as it is now, probably like no more than $10. And even then, I think for some people, $10 might be a lot, given the amount of content you're getting. You know, it's like you're getting, if you're playing this as a first timer, 2 hours of content, pretty much. Like, I'm an hour and a half in, and I got to the final boss, but I'm also very good at this game compared to most people playing. But you also don't want, you know, the dev to be the best at the game, right? You want people to be better than me. And it's possible that people will be. You know, especially if you have all the upgrades, it'll definitely be easy to be a lot better than me. This fucking guy in the corner, he's just sitting there. My boy is just sitting there. There we go. Max 795. That's a very specific number, but sure. Might I go for sacrificing one of these, maybe? I don't know, I'm gonna go somewhere else. They're all dead. I know that much. Would it be worth getting... Would I get hella frame drops whenever I jump? Whenever you jump? Whenever you jump, there should be less checks for stuff. I'd be very surprised if that's a thing. Oh! I pressed A. Oh, that's a bit of a shame. This one's also such a long run still. I'll have to live with it. Dylan's playing Super Bloody, let's go! Can you share your hardware? Mac is running, I forget what it is. It's decently, like, mid-range hardware, so I'm surprising. Look into it next week if I have time left. Yeah, please, like, Yella, do not feel forced to work on this. Like, you have done so much already. If it's something like that, I know it just stutters. Yeah, I'm hoping to get the exact hardware because I don't remember fully either. It's pretty old, but it's still like relevant hardware, right? Like it's not, you know, Windows XP style that Mac is Mac is known for. But yeah, like as I say, in terms of optimization, it could always be better. But another thing with the Blood Splat map is the way you need to sample it. If you want to get what we need for the movement, which is, please, which is like for the movement, you want to, you know, guide the player along it so they don't get stuck. You want to get the rough direction of the blood, like the normal of it, really, the normal vector, if you know what that is. And you want to get that so you can kind of smooth the player movement out to fit next to it, right? You need to do at least 4 checks for that. You need to, you know, ask the splat map, and remember, it's on the GPU, right? It's on your graphics card. It's on a different device that it needs to communicate with. Multiple times per frame, and you can optimize that a bit, and our programmer did. He, you know, actually, like, very well optimized the logic for it. The build of yesterday around 280 FPS when moving around, now 160 FPS max. Something might be effed. Nothing changed in the movement script though. That is very bizarre. Oh, B570. Okay. No, that's actually a very reasonable system. Yeah. No, that should very much be able to run the game very well. In fact, in that case, I'm surprised my system is able to run it as well as it is then. Do you still have the Steam Deck with you, Yellow? In that case, like, try running it on there. See if it got any worse. Because that would be very bizarre, because none of us, to my knowledge, touched anything about the player controller. Some optimization in the build settings? I'm not sure, I'm not sure. Alright, what do we got? I'm not going to get another puzzle room, am I? You say my name? Yes, I thanked you for playing the wonderful video game that is Super Bloody. Super Bloody. Super Bloody, innit? Sorry. Because the games I used to play don't work anymore because of the GPU. Is it really that bad? From what I heard, the drivers are pretty good these days. I'm surprised to hear there's still so many, Yeah, we'll do. Okay, that's nice. That's awesome. Again, also only if you're willing to, right? Like, have a break, have you know, have a cup of tea, have some coffee, or whatever you want. You know, crack yourself open a bag of crisps. You're like, you know, the game's released, the game's out. But yeah, if the performance thing is a quick fix, that would be a nice thing to get out before next week. I love how I said those two completely different things next to each other. I will look into it if it is a problem. Though to be fair, I'm far from a great graphics programmer. That is one thing that I do appreciate with Godot. I mean, I've been having to defend Godot for the better part of my internship now, given that, you know, everyone there is also from D8. This guy's so fucking stupid. I love him. Everyone's being Gundam Battle Operation 2 and Warhammer 40k bolt gun. Yeah. I've not played either of those, so I don't know how they're supposed to run. But you might genuinely actually have a better experience on Linux, given that DirectX gets translated into Vulkan, which I'm guessing the B570 would be a lot more comfortable with. I think this run might actually be the one. Which is kind of wild. Given, you know... Oh my god, that one's good. Yeah, wait, I need to do that a few more times. Yes! Slap some FSR or DLSS 5 on it and everything will be fixed. God, no. We're already using TAA and to be fair, I specifically tuned the TAA, well, tuned, I just turned it to the max settings because low-end TAA can look very, very bad. Like, I turned it up a lot. And to be honest, at the end of the day, I think it looks pretty decent, given that it is TAA. You'll have a better experience on Linux trying to recruit people, I see. Oh my god, speaking of internships, there's one team member who is... I wouldn't say a Linux elitist, but he really has his preferences. And he was previously an Arch user. Recently, because of systemd adding a field for date of birth, he has switched to Artix. If you don't know what that is a different initialization system than systemd, which is pretty much the industry standard. I don't think it's a good idea, but that's his choice. GBO2 is a notoriously terrible port. Boltgun is like a Quake-like shooter and it's not too graphically demanding. Yeah, it lags a ton. Yeah, stuff like that I don't particularly like. When it's a game that shouldn't be, you know, demanding, but is. That's why I want to, specifically in Godot, given that the baking tools are so much better in Godot, that's something I specifically would want to get into in Godot. Dylan, no, he's trying to win me back because I've always hated Linux. Yeah, he has. He's mildly extremely autistic. Yes, Speedy, that is indeed a decent description. I would agree with that. Also, I have level 4 fire now. This is going to be pretty good. Okay. Whew, go lock in. Fuck, I missed. Okay, he's on fire. Now, the good thing about having what was I going to say? Toilet paper? No, tomato sauce. Is there any more bosses? It's these two. Yep. And this one is, to be fair, an alternative to the other one. Again, we had 3 months. And a lot of that time was well, a lot of it. 2 weeks was pre-production, and there was 2 weeks of polish as well. Oh god! That fork, that knife attack is wild. I'll artichoke you! I think I already did that one. Oh yeah. Oh please, I fought leftover scarier than you. Why is this health bar bigger than the health bar? That's on purpose. It's funny. The team specifically wanted that. Oh! The bomb sound effects. Oh god! Man, phase 3 is something else. Woo, we did it though.
No, how did you beat us? You'll regret this.
And yet, here you are, spilled on the floor. I'm going home. And there we go. Yeah, so around closer to an hour and a half. Though, to be fair, this is a speed run. Compared to most first-time players, this is very much a speed run. But yeah, I'm fine keeping this stream reasonably short as well. I actually still haven't had dinner. It is 9:30 p.m. But yeah, let's go do the little epilogue, which is just the tutorial scene again. You go through this, and it's like, oh wow, I was here in the start of the game. How I have grown, how more powerful I am now. You know, with my 2 bullets. Yeah. We get to the end here. Here it is. It's his throne. Yeah. No more cheesy traps. No more weird rituals. No clowns screaming about buttons. Home at last. I might actually get a meal that doesn't want to kill me. And there it is. That's Super Buddy for you. Again, it's free on Steam. You can have a look at it when you want, and also go over the credits of everyone. So Sky was the producer and game designer. I was the game designer and technical artist. Oh, this is going pretty quick. Okay, we had Yella, we had Effie, we had Gabriella, and we had Simon. Almost missed Simon. Sorry about that. Yes, we had Robin and Stain as our supervisors. These are teachers at Digital Arts and Entertainment. Joshua as our composer, and then Elise, who wrote a lot of the dialogue, but it was mostly early stuff. Special thanks to Dan, Michiel, and Damien, who did all the stuff there. I'm sorry, I have to go through this very quickly. Fmod Studio and the font that we used, and then also, you know, Digital Arts Entertainment. And yeah, thank you for playing the game. If you're gonna play it, please play it. Please play it. Yeah. Generally, I am proud of this project. This was nice. This is a fun thing to put on the fridge, to put on, you know, to show an investor, to go like, hey, I made that. I did that. I was part of that. And we even have a settings menu, which has stuff like full screen and language. Yeah, the game is fully localized into English, Dutch, and Spanish. We also have the controls here, which also are localized. Whoa. Suddenly Dutch. And volume sliders, of course. But yeah, is there anything else I want to get into? Where's this actually going to put me if I've beaten the game? Yeah, just back here. Oh yeah, wait. Let's do the little minecart. There we go. Yo, use the minecart. Look at that. And now we're back in layer 1, so we can do the layer 1 stuff again. And you can also go back here, do the same thing. When is the sequel? Mac, it came out an hour ago. Oh, we got 2 hours ago. But yeah, is there anything else specific that I wanna mention about this game? I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, like, there's a lot that I can nitpick, right? Because I was part of the team and I know all the stuff. Like, the code base is dog shit. But I think the programmer will be able to tell you more about that. I think Yellow will be able to tell you a lot more about that. Yeah. But there's a lot that I can nitpick knowing what I do about the game. For an average person, something like a performance bug will be a lot more noticeable than, oh, this one game design thing is not perfect, or this one code base thing is not perfect. I'm hoping that Mac gets the issue resolved. I'm wondering if it is an Intel GPU thing. I would expect not, because this is DX12 or DX11. I don't know. Unity keeps giving me mixed signals. The folder is called DX12, but then the editor says DX11, so I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we can try making something like a Vulkan build, but no, there were issues with Vulkan. Maybe OpenGL, who knows? I don't think all of this stuff will work perfectly with a different graphics API, so I don't think it's a good. Probably an Intel thing. Yeah, but it still needs fixing, right? Like it's actually good that you have an Arc GPU, because no one that I know has an Arc GPU, and it's very important that it works on there, because a lot of mid-range buyers are using Arch. I hope they're not using Arch. They're using Arc GPUs. But yeah, actually, let's get another upgrade. But what could I get? Let's do cooldown. Actually, I can upgrade a lot. Let's do more width and another cooldown on the melee. I want the melee to be, yeah, that's a lot better already. You can provide a DX11 and a DX12 build. Will that be much of a difference though? As far as I know, the ARC cards are good at both 11 and 12, I think. Like, it's more DX9 that they don't know what to do with. As far as I know, right? Like, we can try a DX11 or 12 build. Again, I still don't know. But yeah, we can provide that. Those two would be similar enough that we could cross-port them. Maybe OpenGL as well. But that's, you know, another target platform that we need to test. And it's like... yeah, I don't know. It's only if that's going to continue to be an issue for Mac specifically that we would need to... oh, well, for Intel specifically. Just Mac. You know what we'll also do? I will turn on the webcam again. Oh my god, it's me! I'm back! I exist still. Yeah, I've been here the whole time. War Thunder tried moving me to DX12 and the game just didn't run. Yeah, so that's what I mean, is like, it's not suddenly that DX12 is going to fix all of our problems. Yeah, genuinely and generally, both at the same time. It was a great team to work with. No, there's always growing pains. Any team is going to have them. Any team is going to have issues. But a lot of our team members really pulled their weight. And especially, again, I want to shout out our programmer, Yella, who did... He went through hell and back. Genuinely. I cannot stress enough how much that he did. Wonderful man, that is. Yeah. Yeah, and the final thing is good. The final thing is very nice. Also, when you're planning to do another Goldcraft stream, that depends on when I have time. So I need to do an internship report for the last 2 weeks, and I didn't do the first week one last week, which I was supposed to. So maybe not. Maybe if I'm going to do one, probably tomorrow. My head hurts when I play video games. I'm old. Oof. Yeah. Yeah, wonderful game. Check it out. Generally, it's free, so you can just have a look at it, have a go at it, have a peek at the Discord, have some feedback. It's all good, innit? We'll try and fix what we can, but you know, some stuff might not be. Oh yeah, one Hytale. We could do a Hytale stream at some point. I'd want to do a big multiplayer one though. I think for Hytale, I'd want a bunch of people to join me. Though to be fair, not that many people are talking about Hytale these days. I'm gonna see if I can get Twitch going as well. Then yeah, that'd be awesome. The more the merrier, right? The more people we can have join. I mean, what's her face? The new member. Sorry, she hasn't been in a stream yet, but like I feel she would be good at like videos and streams and stuff like that too. But yeah, genuinely, like the more the merrier. The more Hermitcraft it is. Is it linked to your Discord or another? Oh, so it's linked to a specific separate Discord for SuperBuddy itself. And please report the bugs. Yes, you can report bugs on the QR code on the left on the Discord. That channel is more specifically for. Oh, sorry, that server is more specifically for Super Buddy. Nikki, yes, I was talking about Nikki. So sorry for forgetting her name. I still need to pirate it, Hightail. You can't just say that, man. The FBI is going to come after you for pirating video games, you know, like they did with that one person who pirated DVDs once. Sid? Sid? Like Debian? Oh my god, yeah. The chat's so lively. I don't want to end the stream. I just kind of want to sit here on the title screen. join the no, that way. That, yeah. Wait, can I move my face cam to there? Wait. Let me click that. Yeah. Click that. Yeah. Go do that. Go click there. Poggers. Actually, I want to say click that. No, scan it. Not Debian. I don't think you've met them yet, to be fair. Oh, is there a new member who I have not spoken to? Like, the people just keep joining Goldcraft. At this point, I don't even know who's who. Wonderful community, though. Genuinely. I wanna build some more big builds, though. I wanna really lock in. I might do a time-lapse at some point and put that in a stream. We'll see. I've had some plans for a while. I want to be able to do them, but time. Now Super Buddy is out though, so theoretically during weekends, especially the ones where I won't have to make my internship report, they'll be pretty on the down low. So hopefully I'll be able to do something either tomorrow or Sunday, perhaps. But we shall see. We shall see. Yeah, I really don't have that much more to say. So, like, if there's you wouldn't steal a video game ROM, yeah. Yeah, Sid joined through me and Nikki. Okay. Yeah, play the video game. I think anyone who's here has played it already, so I don't think I need to reiterate that. But yeah, did you say I pinged you in general? Was it for VSync? Because yeah, I saw that. Okay, I'm softlock, kill all the enemies. I can't progress back to the thing. You sure that isn't a static enemy? Okay, so in what layer are you? Can you send a screenshot? That might be the best if you're still there. But yeah, if you can like report those with no, for softlock. Yeah, that was the one. If you can report those on the specific Super Buddy Discord and also with screenshots, I might actually add that to the requirements that you need to upload a screenshot as well, because I don't know what room or what layer or what thing is. I closed the game. You can't just say I got softlocked somewhere and close the game. I don't know where that is. I don't know how to fix that. Someone else will report it. It'll be fine. If it's a big enough issue, then other people run into it. Yeah, it's also, this game will also be a good effort in, you know, how much work is necessary after launch, or more specifically, how squeaky clean a game has to be before launch realistically, and how for an indie that may not be super achievable always. Yeah, that's why we have launches, right? If there's a bunch of bugs, then, or, you know, a lot of people do early access, and that's totally fair as well. Look at my gameplay via telekinesis. I will. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it there. I've been going on for it's weird because I don't normally do streams this short anymore. I do 6-hour fucking marathons on Goldcraft. I'm not used to, you know, a standard Sandal channel hour and a half to, you know, 90-minute stream, right? That's like kind of the old adage, weekly 90-minute streams. But yeah, as I said, I don't have that much more to say. I finished the game, so there's also not that much more to play. Yeah, I think that'll be it. As I said, for more streams, I'll try and get a Goldcraft out tomorrow or the day after. It'll be towards the evening, probably, because I do need to, you know, do my internship report, which is I'm gonna be putting that off a ton, and I wanna also chill a little bit, to be fair. And I know Minecraft is a little bit that as well, but also just play. Like there was an interesting game demo I saw recently for a game called Down South. Jesus Christ, down south, down south, and it looks very, very good. Maybe the next big 2D platformer, which I would be very happy to have another example of a good 2D platformer, because by God, I keep wanting to make 2D platformers, and everyone keeps telling me they don't sell. It's such a problem. It's such a problem. I'm working on a CI/CD pipeline for that. I don't know what that means. 48 missed calls from Mission Mill. Chat is just something else now. Oh, okay, to be fair, Yella is talking about something serious that I just don't know what CI/CD is. And I don't remember what that was in reference to. Yeah, outside of that, I wanna do some more, like, I wanna do a personal project at the end of the day. That's what I really kind of. We'll explain the call. Okay, I'll hop in a call in after the stream. Like I wanna make like a project fully on my own at some point, and I know that's not necessarily a good idea because that will be in development for a long time. And to be fair, Ox Engine is something that I need to work on, and that will at this point largely be a project on my own. Using Unity CI. Now this is the thing, like with using Unity, Dylan knows about something in Unity that I don't, and I'm actually kind of like I'm pleasantly surprised at Dylan's knowledge about Unity. To be fair, he's developing something in there as well. I could get really looked into it. Earlier today, I learned about dots. ECS, entity component system, which is as part of dots or something. I don't know. No idea this existed. Absolutely no clue. But it does look very cool. And Godot also has an ECS system called Gex, which is very funny. It's called Gex, like the Gecko game. Mission Mill is the best market in Britain. That's very cool. I'm not in Britain. There's like 5 Dylans in this chat. Oh yeah, right. Mac's the actual. Oh, okay. Maybe I shouldn't. I'm doxing Mac. Yeah. I keep forgetting what Mac's actual name is, to be fair. I forget you were a Dylan as well. I forgot you were a Dylan, yeah. Thinking about a Jenkins pipeline since I have a home lab. Would be nice to host everything by myself with multiple engine support. What is Jenkins? Is this a version control system? Is this a version control system I'm not aware of? Because I hate the 2 major version control systems. My actual real name is Dylan Josh Yellowly. I'm not going to joke about that because I don't know if you're, like, actually for real. I'm the better one. Damn. If Jenkins is a version control system, though, I have been... Git sucks. Perforce sucks. For game development, right? For game development. Both of these are pretty mid. To be honest, in terms of the way it works, I prefer Perforce. However, P4V is absolute dog shite. That's my actual name, not even joking. Why did you dox your full name? Don't even joke, man. And the thing is, I don't believe you, because why would you dox your full name? You shouldn't do that. But yeah, I in terms of home lab stuff, I kind of want to do some stuff as well. Though I don't have a machine. Well, I do have a machine dedicated to it, but it's a pretty old one, and I can't have it permanently running, realistically. Can you please hook me up with a Mac build? Oh, yeah, right. Dylan wanted a Mac build. Yeah, we don't have... None of our team has Macs, and... I've heard it's a bit of a mess. You want my driver's license? I don't want your driver's license. I know Jenkins is not a VCS. Is it just a general, like, web hosting thing for... Like, is it not related to game? No, it's related to Unity. Right? Okay. You know what? I'm just going to look this up. Jenkins... So, is it related to Unity? Yes. Unity 3D Jenkins plugin. I want to build Unity 3D with Jenkins. Already doing so. What is this? Wow, this is old. I'm just reading this. Unity 3D is a powerful 3D game engine, a game creation editor and engine that runs on Mac and Windows. First of all, Mac is listed first, which means this is ancient. And second of all, Linux isn't even mentioned. What is this? Automating Unity 3D builds from the command line is possible. Why would you want to do this, though? I might not be understanding it, to be fair. I'd want to look into it. It's a CI/CD system. I don't know what that means. M2 MacBook Air. Yeah, fair enough. Like I would like a Mac build. I'm not against it, you know, on a conceptual level, obviously. I don't have anything against Macs. But it's just such hell. You need a Mac to be able to do it. Does that even have controller support? I think so, yeah. Apple does have some games out now. They have some controller support. Jenkins Unity 3D plugin. Sorry, I'm so... Continuous integration server. Wait, CI. Continuous integration. I'm learning here. Oh, this plugin was tested with Unity 3D 3.4.2? That is a while ago. Wait, but this is still getting updates 7 months ago. I'm so confused. CI/CD, yeah, Wait, okay, maybe CI/CD meaning... Someone in chat might be telling me as well. I should probably just end the stream at this point. Continuous integration and continuous delivery. Continuous deployment. So software development automates the process of integrating code changes, testing and delivering updates. Oh, you just mean an automated testing suite? No, probably not, right? Can I get a port for iMac G3? Mac, this is not running on any PowerPC iMac. Why do you think this would run on a G3? It probably wouldn't even run on a maxed out G5. Apple OS 9.3. Yes, Apple OS, my favorite operating system. It would be cool to at some point have a game that's on a retro platform. Personally, what I thought would be cool for one game is like making a Wii U build of it, and then like it would be on every Nintendo platform. Well, not platform, but like any Nintendo news website would go like, oh, this game is releasing in 2027 for the Wii U. It's like, haha. But that would be cool at some point, but I don't know how realistic that is or anything like that. But yeah. I'm probably going to end the stream here before this turns into a just chatting stream, which I'm not against, just I'm not used to doing those. And I'm getting pretty hungry. To be fair, I had a pretty big lunch, so, you know, it's fine, to be fair. Can be used for testing, publishing the game to Steam automatically, or pinging people when a beta is available. Oh, like that. Okay. I get the vision now, because I saw the automatic building, and I was like, why would you need the build to be automatic? But yeah, you can link it up with other stuff and automatically send that over to Steam and everything. Yep. No, that's fair. Though I wonder how that would be with having to log in to Steam every time you use Steam CMD. I'm not fully sure. Just for running code on a Docker container when an action in Git is made. Okay. Docker is mentioned. I'm immediately... My brain goes... I have a Macintosh Classic. Would that be better? It's not PowerPC. Not what I meant. Or not a Docker container. Oh, you mean... Oh, okay. I see the vision, right? On Git or on GitHub or Gitty or whatever you're using, you press a button and that will automatically build the Unity project and also upload it to Steam, right? One go. Right, that's the vision, I guess. That would actually be cool. For me, a lot of the like more advanced open source stuff is like, it's cool, but I don't see myself using it a lot of the time. Like stuff like what was it? the photo sync something 3DS version went of this game. Good luck. It's like one thing to sync photos between like a NAS and the phone. It's like that is cool, but personally, I'm fine with just dragging and dropping them over every so often. For a lot of more advanced stuff, it's like also I'd be fine just hosting Gitty on my server and being done there. Like a lot of my use cases aren't super advanced in a company setting. Yeah, maybe, but even then, I am not someone who wants to grow. I mean, this is something that I've been talking about during my internship. Right, is like I personally do not particularly wish to grow to an enormous company. I am fine sticking to an 8-man team, 10, 20 years from now. I think all the games that I want to make can be realized in a year or two by an 8-man team. There really only is like one kind of big scope, like two realistically big scope, larger scope projects that would require a larger team. But also anything can be scoped down, and for me it's a lot more of the base, 30 seconds of fun, right? It is at the end of the day, there's only so much that you can do to make 30 seconds of fun, right? If you add too much stuff, it's also just not going to be fun anymore. It's just going to be confusing. So like, there's only so much time you can spend on it. Yeah. Look at me talking about game design again. Oh god. I want to do level design for something again so bad. I'm such a level design person. Because Mario Maker, that goddamn Mario Maker. Oh god. Anywho, as I said, there'll be a stream sometime this weekend if I can fit it in. Otherwise, maybe on Monday or Tuesday. We'll see. It also depends on how many bugs we find. On the other hand, in terms of the video, I think I've mentioned this a few times before. It's there. I might re-record it with better lighting. As you can see, I'm not a lighting expert because the lights are still broken, but I still haven't replaced them. I still have not. It's been a month. It's been more than a month. I think it's been 2 months since they broke. I need to replace the light. Anywho, I'm gonna stop yapping. Thank you all so much for watching the stream, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye!